We welcome you into our ACC Network presentation of college basketball. Today here at Littlejohn Coliseum, the Clemson Tigers continue their 5-game homestand, taking on the Coppin State Eagles out of the MEAC. And hi, everybody, and welcome aboard with Bob Mahalik, Pete Hannity with you. The Tigers looking to, among other things, continue the momentum from the other night when they survived against Nebraska in the ACC Big Ten Challenge with a 2-point win.
Yes, survived is the key word there. They won with defense. Clemson's offense turned it over 17 times. They need to improve with protecting the basketball, and it starts against Coppin State.
Tigers trying to get that 5th win of the year today. Coppin State comes in 0-9. They've struggled against a tough schedule. They are a team that likes to get up and down the court. Their leading scorer is a swing man named Josh Treadwell.
Yeah, he's a solid performer, and you will note with Treadwell that he looks a lot like all the Coppin State players. For the record, they call it a 3-guard offense. It looks like a 5-guard offense. They get up and down the floor. Treadwell has been a consistent scorer now going into his 2nd season. Averages double digits from the floor. He's a good shooter. Keep an eye on him. If he has a big ball game, Coppin has a chance to spring an upset.
And Shelton Mitchell getting his first regular season start for the Tigers today. Of course, the transfer from Vanderbilt. He's a guy who's a great distributor and looks to add even more pulse to a Tiger offense that's averaging over 75 points a game.
A very positive addition to the Clemson Tigers roster and now to the starting lineup. His development here at Littlejohn Coliseum delayed because of an offseason knee injury, but now Shelton is in the starting lineup. This will be his 3rd game as a Clemson Tiger.
Long one on the way, Avery Holmes. That's not going to go. And the follow rebound by Blossom Game and the easy flush. Oliver's field goal for Coppin State, back to a 4-point Clemson lead. Mitchell quickly on the other end from the right side with the left hand. Harris was looking to back in. That one's picked off by Mitchell. Up and throwing it down. Shelton Mitchell. Here in the early part of the season, allowing over 71 points a game. I don't think Brad Brownell's ever had a nightmare that his team would do that, as Holmes tries another long one, and he knocks it down. Back in Littlejohn Coliseum, a nice halftime ceremony with the football team hoisting a 2nd consecutive ACC championship trophy, learning earlier in the day that they're the number 2 seed in the upcoming college football playoff, and will head out to Glendale, Arizona, where they played, of course, last year in the championship game against Alabama. This time they'll face Ohio State in the semifinal. With Bob Mahalik, Pete Hannity, back with you at the half of a ball game that, quite frankly, has played to script as far as Clemson was concerned against a Coppin State team that struggled. They played a difficult schedule. Tigers trying to get this ball game today to do a lot of the things in terms of getting hot again from the field, efficiency with the turnovers. They've achieved that so far.
Yeah, they've been working on some things today, working on the rotation, working on protecting the basketball, finding the hot hand from the outside, getting Shelton Mitchell involved in the offense. All those things have been a positive for Clemson in the first half. Brad Brownell's got to be extremely pleased with the way his team played. They did not play down to Coppin State. In fact, I think they played one of their better halves of the year, no matter who they were playing. If they were playing Xavier or one of the top teams in the country, I think they'd have the lead in the ball game. They played that well in the first 20 minutes.
And one of the things the head coach is going to be happy about, the defense this team played in the opening half, holding Coppin to just 33% scoring. Take a look at some of the highlights. They've been few and far between for the Eagles out of Baltimore, Maryland. They have gotten some good play from their top player, Terry Harris.
Well, Terry Harris is their size, and he's given them a little bit of a down low presence. And as you can see from this little highlight reel, he's not afraid to go down in there against the 7-footers of the Clemson Tigers. What they need, though, Coppin State, is a little bit more from the outside. 3 of 8 from outside the arc. This is a team that shoots 3-pointers at a rate that is really in the top 5% in the nation as far as 3-point shot attempts. They're going to need to shoot more from the outside and get it going from 3-point land to make a big comeback here at Littlejohn Coliseum. A little bit of defense leading to a 3 certainly will help as well. And players like Thomas really need to find that hot hand.
It was Harris who set up that score off of the steal, and they did get a nice 3 out of DeJuan Clayton. Their freshman Harris leads the way for Coppin State, 11 points in the opening half. And again, he's missed some time this year with a knee injury, so as they get closer to their conference schedule, he'll be a big player for them. As for this Tiger team, really nice balance offensively in the opening half.
8 players with 5 points or more, 4 different guards contributing. They're doing it inside, they're doing it outside. Dante Grantham started out very hot, hit 2 3-pointers to begin the game, and you know you're going to get some offense from Blossom Game too, but you saw right there what Blossom Game really can bring to this team. Coppin collapsed on him, he kicked it out. Blossom Game crashes the boards, gets the dunk. Blossom Game scoring from every point of the court makes him so dangerous and really sparks this entire offense. Shelton Mitchell into the lineup as a starter. We've seen him aggressive to the hoop. You've been talking a lot about how good he is at distributing the basketball. We've seen his penetration game shine here so far in the first half. And Marcus Reed with some defense. It's incredible how the defense leads to offense. No matter how many times the coach tells you that, you got to see it to believe it, and you're seeing it here from Clemson.
Good work off the bench today for Gabe DeVoe, and that's probably the role he'll fill during the remainder of the season, but very effective. And quality depth we talked about in the first half. Not only the frontline guys like Blossom Game, who is in double figures yet again, and Mitchell, who's likely entrenched in the starting lineup, but guys helping in different roles.
Well, shooting 58% from the floor tells you you're getting good looks, and that's what Clemson is getting too. They've been very patient. They haven't forced it. They haven't looked down at Coppin State and said, hey, I'm going to pad my stats and go out there and start chucking it from the cheap seats.
Georgia picked among the top 5 in the SEC, so an early foul on Coppin State. Holmes from downtown, and he knocks down another tray, and Avery Holmes getting close to 1,000 for his career. He's got 9 in the game, but he's 2 out of 2 in the ball game this afternoon.
For as good as everybody else on this roster, including that man, Gabe DeVoe.
He did not just do that. Gabe DeVoe, a little Jordan action for the North Carolina native. By the way, we've seen Keith Shivers play, and I thought we would be remiss if we didn't point out that in this game, you have a player named Keith Shivers playing for Coppin State, and one of our referees in the game is that guy right there, Jerry Heater. So we have a Heater and we have a Shivers in the same game. It may be the only time this year that happens in the country. Such a distinction. And of course, with winner arising as Lyles Davis shows you a little move on the baseline with a floater.